of a large amount of fish to die,
Thank you for watching. We are from Group 7. We will present about the sustainability of marine parks and ecosystem services. For marine parks ecosystem services, we have few types of goal for sustainable development. The first one is clean water and sanitation, which is learning to avoid wasting water. The second one is climate actions. We need to acting now to stop global warming. The third one is life before water, which is avoid the use of plastics to keep the ocean clean. The fourth one is life on land, planting trees to help protect the environment. The fifth, responsible consumption and productions, which is recycling items such as paper, plastic, glass and aluminium. And the last one is sustainable cities and communities, which is biking, walking, or using public transportations. From the information given, we have listed some of the importance of marine park. The first one is to conserve representative habitats and biodiversity. The reason why is biodiversity important? It is because it allows ecosystem to work and flourish. When the species is removed, the ecosystem can lose its balance, causing it to be break down. The second one is to increase the resilience of marine ecosystems against pressures such as pollution, climate change, overuse of resources, and marine parks by protecting habitats and biodiversity from human impacts. Marine Protected Areas (MPA) is defined as a section of the ocean where a government has placed limits on human activity. In other words, it is a body of water with restricted human activity intended to protect a natural or cultural resource. They are established by the local government, and the maintenance of them varies depending on the area itself. Marine protected areas, otherwise known as MPAs, are an important part of conservation. Marine Protected Area (MPA) divided into few roles. The first one is control and manage human activities and marine uses. The second one is promote and recovery of the exploited marine populations. The third one is conserve or restore habitats, biodiversity, and food webs. And the last one is manage and enhance ecosystem services such as food production, water purification, or recreational activities.
Why MPA are important for the future? The first one, MPA restricts some human activity for conservation purposes, typically to protect natural and cultural resources. The second one, MPA provide opportunities for people to experience and study marine life that are undisturbed by human activity. The last one, MPA provide ocean life and their habitats to be sheltered from danger, pursuits or trouble from human impacts, and allow marine resources to recover from the lack of supply. There are two policies that have been introduced by the MPA. The first one is London Protocol 2006. It prohibits the dumping of waste and the other matter into the oceans, regulates disposal of waste from land-based mining operations and implementation of marine geoengineering, bans the exportation of waste to the other countries for dumping and the burning of waste at sea. The second policy is Clean Water Act 2018, which They are regulating discharges of pollutants into the waters and regulating quality standards for surface waters.
What should we do? First, help take care of the beach or ocean, whether you enjoy fishing, diving, surfing or relaxing on the beach. Always clean up after yourself and don't forget to remind others to keep their trash away. Explore and appreciate the ocean without interfering with wildlife or removing rocks and coral. Second, use fewer plastic products. Plastic that end up as ocean debris contributes to habitat destruction and entangle and kills tens of thousands of marine animals each year. To limit your impact, carry a reusable water bottle, store fully in no disposal containers, bring your own clothes, tote or other reusable bags when shopping and recycle whenever possible. Last but not least, support organizations working to protect the ocean. Many institutes and organizations are fighting to protect ocean's habitat and marine wildlife. Find a national organization and consider giving financial support or volunteering for hands-on work or advocacy. If you live near the coast, join up with the local branch or group and get involved in projects close to home.
Marine protected area effect on ecosystem service category, for example fishery. First is provisioning services. The ecosystem service is food, ornamental resources, raw material, genetic resources and medicinal resources. Mechanism by which MPA provides service for food, increase production or stabilization of target species biomass, ornamental resources, increase production or stabilization of ornamental fish biomass, raw material algae and sand production, genetic resources, protection of genetic diversity, adaptation to climate change, and medicinal resources, protection of molecular diversity. For regulating services, the ecosystem service is carbon sequestration and climate regulation. The mechanism by which MPA provides service is protection of plants and calcifying organisms. Cultural services. The ecosystem service is cultural heritage, spiritual and historical heritage, recreational activities, and science and education. Mechanism by which MPA provides service for cultural heritage, maintenance of traditional community-based natural resource management, spiritual and historical heritage, maintenance of traditional community-based natural resource management, recreational activity, creation of nature-based ecotourism opportunities, science and education, creation of opportunities for research and education in place of reduced human impact. Lastly is supporting services. The ecosystem service is primary production and coastal protection. The mechanism by which MPA provides service for primary production is protection of primary producer, and for coastal protection is protection of habitat former. Mortality from fishing is immediately eliminated so that targeted individual can live longer and attain larger sizes. The increase in fish and invertebrate densities and sizes can lead to increases in reproductive output and requirement. Possible negative habitat impact associated with the use of disruptive fishing method, allowing for the recovery of biogenic habitat that in turn positively affect fish requirement and survival. In the medium to long term, habitat quality is improved. The pre-harvesting population, age and size structure is re-established and food web complexity increases due to increased diversity and recovery of top predators, which are often major fishery targets.
For the conclusion that can be made from this study is marine park deliver a number of goods and services such as food, recreation areas, raw materials or active substances for medicine, which are important to fulfill basic needs and to support the well-being of humans. So we need to protect the sustainability of marine park and ecosystem services because fish, coral reef and other depends on marine park.